this dangerous goal of the Roman Catholic institution. Two doctrines define this very well. One is called the doctrine of the apostolic succession, and that is dealing with the papacy. And the other is the doctrine, the temporal power, and that is dealing with world government. Of course, both, because you can see that even the Pope and his own individual office, he meet those requirements. He is not only the head of his church, as he called himself, John Paul II, the present Pope. He said he is the pastor of his church. He is not only that, but he is the head of his state, of his country. What that means, he is the head of a political state. Both combinations are in one office there. And prophetically speaking, that is what we see in the book of Revelation. The political power always hand-to-hand with the religious power. There is more, but I will mention these three, the most important ones, in dealing with one special area, prophecy. They were assigned to deal especially with prophecy, with the purpose to do two things at least: to cover up any prophecy relate to the origin of the Antichrist, relate to the Antichrist, and relate to the papacy, relate to the Antichrist. And second, to cover up any idea that the Roman Catholic institution was never a Christian church, as I pointed out before. What that means is to make possible in Bible commentaries and church history that the Roman Catholic institution always will appear as a Christian church falling in apostasy, and then we need a renewal. That was the idea that Rivera, Alcázar, and La Cruz tried to trace. Among other things, they tried to implement the idea that most of the prophecies of the book of Revelation were already fulfilled by the time of Nero. What that means is that don't worry about prophecies today. Don't worry about the Antichrist. Don't worry about a one world government. Don't worry about nothing like that. Yes, that's correct. And then Mr. Walter Martin, he himself, even so that I knew his name and the list of very confident persons by the Jesuit order. What that means is that the Jesuit order will have a list made up in the United States of people as well as institutions that are worth trusting. And Mr. Walter Martin, I even mentioned to him in this confrontation with him that his name was listed in that list.
What did he say?
And he said to me, well, I don't know why my name is there. I said, you should know.
You should know.
Yes. I said, you should know. As a matter of fact, why Mr. Walter Martin, 25 years ago, he even wrote about the cult to Mary, a book about Mary, and 25 years after, he have a list, as a matter of fact, that I have with me, a list of cults where he lists the most dangerous cults, and all who in the list of his most dangerous cults are Christian Science, Jehovah's Witnesses, Mormons, starting with the Mormons. And suddenly, I was expecting that he will place at the top of the most dangerous cult Roman Catholicism, but were the Mormons. Now, the Mormons become the victim of Roman Catholicism not only, but become the victim of Mr. Walter Martin, because even the Mormons are the product of Roman Catholicism.
And while knocking on different doors to gain entrance, he was invited into a home very quickly, and he wondered how come he didn't have to use his door openers. When he went in, the fellow who had invited him into his home said, I know who you people are. And he said, well, what do you mean? He says, well, let me show you something here. And he moved aside a rug from his flooring there, and under that rug was a door. He lifted up the door, and here were stairs that went down into a basement. And he said, I would like to show you something. So they went down into the basement, and this individual whose home he was in showed him just many files. And as he was looking at these files, he wondered what it meant. He said, well, he says, we know who you are, and I would like to ask you a question. Name me a name of somebody who belongs to your church. And so he said, okay. He named him a name, one of his girlfriends. And this man went to a file, picked out that name, and said this person was baptized on such and such a date, a member of such and such a church, etc. And my friends said his eyes got very large, and he says, well, what does this mean? How come you have this information here? This fellow said, well, I belong to the Catholic Church. I belong to a special order, and we have all of you on files in different parts of the country. This is the file that we have on your members of your church here. We know who you are, and we have more complete records on you than I believe you people have for yourself. He said, I just wanted you to see that so you would know that we know who you are. Well, my friend left that home. He didn't sell any books, but I think he became a more serious, thinking individual after that.
Of these militant organizations, I train and prepare how they can become Baptist, how they can become Adventist, how they can become Methodist, how they can become Presbyterian, how they can become Pentecostal. Of these militant organizations, I train and prepare how they can become Baptist, how they can become Adventist, how they can become Methodist, how they can become Presbyterian, how they can become Pentecostal, and all these areas where...
By virtue of her divine mission, changed the day from Saturday to Sunday. Answer: we observe Sunday instead of Saturday because the Catholic Church in the Council of Laodicea, AD 336, transferred the solemnity from Saturday to Sunday.
Sábado de Dios. Sábado bendito, sábado santificado por Dios. Domingo del Anticristo. Domingo del nuevo orden mundial. Acuérdate del sábado para santificarlo. 6 días trabajarás y harás toda tu obra, pero el séptimo día es de reposo para Jehová, tu Dios. No hagas en él obra alguna, tú, ni tu hijo, ni tu hija, ni tu siervo, ni tu criada, ni tu bestia, ni el extranjero que está dentro de tus puertas. Éxodo 20, 8, 10. Reina-Valera 1995. Si te gustó el video, regálame un me gusta y suscríbete a mi canal donde te mantendré informado. En la descripción del video encontrarás la evidencia que hablo. Déjame tus preguntas, comentarios, sugerencias, quejas, testimonio. Por favor, todos los videos de mi canal descárgalos para que los vuelvas a subir, ya que a YouTube no le gusta esta información. Sígueme por las redes sociales. Un cordial abrazo de tu servidor.